Just days before a pivotal and already tense state visit from the United States, a political bombshell has detonated in London, sending shockwaves through Downing Street and triggering a full-blown panic within the walls of Buckingham Palace. The British Prime Minister has sacked his own newly appointed ambassador to the US over disturbing connections to Jeffrey Epstein. This move has not only created a diplomatic vacuum at the worst possible moment, but has also violently dragged the ghost of Prince Andrew's own Epstein scandal back into the spotlight. The monarchy now finds itself trapped in the middle of a perfect storm. A royal scandal, a political crisis, and a diplomatic power play that threatened to turn a crucial state visit into a national embarrassment. This is Royal Herald, and today we deliver a special report on the crisis engulfing the palace and the secret tensions between the king and his government over the unprecedented second state visit of Donald Trump. Before we break down this diplomatic nightmare, we ask for a moment of your time. To support our mission of delivering these in-depth reports, please subscribe to Royal Herald, give this video a thumbs up, and activate the notification bell. Your engagement allows us to continue our work. The source of this latest upheaval is a stunning announcement from Prime Minister Keir Starmer. In a drastic move, he has fired the highly respected Labour peer, Lord Middleton, from his new post as British ambassador to the United States. The reason? His own newly discovered disturbing connections to the late convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. The implications are catastrophic. At the very moment the UK needs its most senior diplomat in Washington to manage the intricate details of a state visit, it now has no one. This is a diplomatic crisis of the first order. The absence of an ambassador during a state visit is a logistical nightmare. This individual is the crucial bridge between the two governments, smoothing over protocol, managing media access, and briefing both the monarch and the prime minister. Without this key player, the risk of a diplomatic misstep or a serious protocol breach increases tenfold. But for Buckingham Palace, the fallout is even more severe. The firing of a top government official for Epstein ties has inevitably reignited the public's focus on the monarchy's own, much deeper, connection to the scandal, Prince Andrew. The ghost that the palace has worked tirelessly to exorcise is now back, haunting the institution at the worst possible moment. For years, the royal family has been engaged in a painful process of damage control, stripping the Duke of York of his titles and duties following the disastrous fallout from his associations and the infamous BBC interview. The strategy has been one of containment through silence. But the Middleton firing has shattered that silence, creating a toxic splash zone that has once again engulfed the palace. A diplomatic source, speaking to the Mail, conveyed the mood inside the palace. The palace has been grumbling about how unhelpful it all is. This masterpiece of royal understatement speaks volumes. For King Charles, who has been working to stabilize his reign, this is an unwelcome distraction of the highest order. This entire affair is layered upon a foundation of pre-existing tension between the king and his own government over this very state visit. The event marks an unprecedented second state visit for a U.S. president, a rare honor that underscores the strategic importance of the Anglo-American alliance. However, insiders reveal that the palace never wanted this. A courtier, speaking confidentially to the Daily Beast back in June, described the situation as an embarrassing situation for the palace. The king's preference was for a more low-key and formal visit. It reflects the king's own personality, a man of quiet routine, steeped in tradition and protocol, who is famously uncomfortable with unpredictable bombastic personalities. The prospect of hosting a notoriously protocol-averse figure, like Donald Trump, was, according to sources, a source of profound personal anxiety for the monarch. But the government, desperate to strengthen ties with the U.S. and reportedly eager for a post-Brexit foreign policy victory, was insistent. Another former courtier gave a blunt assessment of how the king was forced to agree. Charles has been bounced into doing it now by Trump. This vivid phrase paints a picture of a monarch being outmaneuvered. The courtier explained the palace's initial strategy. It's embarrassing for the palace, which sent the letter suggesting that there was going to be this cozy, informal visit first, but it looks like Trump saw that for what it was, an attempt to kick the can down the road. President Trump, with his characteristic directness, reportedly rejected the cozy offer and made it clear he expected the full honors of a state visit. The palace's attempt at subtle diplomacy had failed. leaving them in an awkward position and forcing the king to host an event he was deeply reluctant to hold. Now, with the ambassador fired and the Epstein scandal roaring back to life, the king's worst fears have been realized. He is being forced to host a high-stakes, high-controversy visit, but without the key diplomatic personnel in place to manage it, and with the shadow of his brother's dark past looming over the entire affair. The meticulously planned showcase of Anglo-American unity is now threatening to devolve into a masterclass in crisis management. The focus risks shifting from vital global discussions to damage control over a series of scandals that connect both the government and the royal family. It is a diplomatic perfect storm, and the monarchy is caught directly in its eye. This crisis also casts a long shadow over the future of the monarchy. Prince William, the Prince of Wales, is reportedly watching this entire situation unfold with immense concern. Every scandal, every diplomatic misstep, every perceived weakness during his father's reign is a problem he will one day inherit. He is known to favor a more modern, streamlined, and ruthlessly professional approach to the monarchy. The current chaos, a mixture of old scandals, political maneuvering, and diplomatic blunders, is the exact opposite of his vision for the crown. This event is likely to strengthen his resolve to create a more controlled, less vulnerable institution when he eventually ascends the throne, potentially creating further ideological friction with his more traditionalist father. The stakes are not just about one visit, they are about the very character and survival of the House of Windsor in the 21st century. The coming days will be an extraordinary test for all involved, a fascinating clash of styles and agendas. On one hand, you have King Charles, the embodiment of constitutional duty and tradition. On the other, President Trump, the populist disruptor who thrives on breaking protocol. And in the middle, Prime Minister Starmer, who orchestrated this high-risk event and now must navigate the fallout of his own making. The world will be watching to see how the United Kingdom, and its reluctant king, navigate these turbulent waters. And now we turn to you. Do you believe the Prime Minister was right to fire his ambassador so close to a major state visit? And how do you think King Charles should navigate this incredibly complex and embarrassing situation? Share your insights and opinions in the comments section below. Your perspectives truly enrich our discussions. And if you appreciate this in-depth royal analysis, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more royal updates, and join us next time as we continue to explore the captivating world of the British royal family. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again.